it just make you feel better about yourself, about your game, like playing consistently. Because, bro, it's good to be in the league if you playing and if you involved, if they got plans for you. But if they ain't got no plans for you and you ain't involved, just sitting there, that shit is draining.
All right, welcome, everybody, listeners to the Role Player Podcast. We back one more time with my guy, Stanford gentleman, co-founder of Swish Culture's 11-year. I think I'll be making stuff up. I think last year I said 10 years, so you know what I'm saying. You 10 or 11-year overseas vet. My man Anthony Goods, what's up? What's happening?
Yo, I gotta let the listeners know, man. You came on the pod before you put that hoodie on. You had your chains out. You had your little baby chains and whatnot. And then you had them on tuck like Debo walked in the room, man. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, we on YouTube. We got video for a reason, man. Yo, flex all that bread you getting out there in Japan.
Listen. My season is over. I'm outside. You can't tell me shit right now. I'm out here looking fake icy. You know what I'm saying? What Dawn Staley says, she like to look rich. I just like to look like I got a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be one of them old white men that look like they got a little bit of money, but also wear jeans with rip holes in them. You know what I'm saying? So that's my stilo. But yeah, man, I had to go outside. I went downtown for a minute, checked out the scene, shit, summertime, you know?
As you should.
It's summertime. But anyway, man, we got a very, very, very special guest with us today. You know what I'm saying? My man is a second-round draft pick to the New Orleans Pelicans, a McDonald's All-American in 2015, second-team All-ACC, the pride of Florida State for sure, and first year over in EuroLeague with Monaco Basket. Did his thing this year, went to the EuroLeague playoffs, which most people don't get to do in their career. He did it in his first year. We got the one and only Dwayne Bacon. Dwayne, what's good, man? Appreciate you joining us.
What's good with y'all? Appreciate y'all for having me.
No doubt.
Appreciate it.
No doubt. I seen you was laughing a little hard at that baby chain comment. I know you getting big money over there. Why don't you go ahead and send me something, man? Let me hold something. Let me get a voucher or something.
Nah, man. Hey, man. I try to keep it. I got one chain, but I try to keep it. You know, I'll try to look rich too, but there's a lot of rich white folks out there that ain't got no chain, no jewelry, so I'm trying to follow their footsteps.
Hey, I see you got your arms up right now, but go ahead and move your arms. You got the Balenci shirt on, so I know.
Oh,
yeah. Hey, you can't say no shit like that and then just have the regular $200 Balenci tee on. You know, my t-shirts cost $20.
They wear t-shirt, nothing on. You look normal. I'm just trying to look normal.
I'm wearing the Hanes tagless joints. Fuck what y'all talking
about. That's an off day tee for him. You know what I mean?
Hey man, look, that man put up in the Balenci. Can't hide money, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Can't hide money. You let us see.
Stay in the gym.
Hey. I try my best to.
Hey, you work hard. You got to enjoy the fruits of your labor, man. You work hard. You a professional scorer, man. Professional scorer. I think most people overseas know that. Most people in America know that. But, you know, I think as a McDonald's All-American, would you say – because you're a little younger than me, and you got drafted. But I don't think people know, like, how good you are. How, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel – would you agree with that or not?
I think a lot of people just judge your success off the NBA. And honestly, it took me a while to learn that, because when I got over here early in the year and I was playing against different people over here, it's motherfuckers that's over here that's better than some motherfuckers in the NBA. Like, so I think it's just judged off the American League, the NBA. If you ain't in the NBA, you ain't good. Now, mind you, I think everybody in the league is some type of talented because you made the NBA, and everybody can't do that. But do I think people don't think I as good as I think I am? I'm as good as I think I am? Hell yeah, because I know what I could do, and that's just the speculations to what they think, versus what I think, but it's still some people that believe in me and know what I can do. So that's all that matters.
I think it's rare. Oh, go ahead. My fault.
Nah, I was just gonna say, man. I think transitioning over from the NBA to Europe is a tough thing. A lot of players, come over there and their games don't translate. And and I think that you made that transition look seamless. And I feel in a lot of ways, you got to see a lot more of what you're capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you were able to, you saw the passing skills, you saw the post game, you saw, I mean, obviously isolation. There was nobody that could pretty much stop you from getting to your spots and your shots. So I think that anytime you got a player that can play in both leagues and be effective, you got a real skilled individual with a high IQ. Because in Europe, you got to think that game because the court's just smaller and the strategies and whatnot.
I I can't I can't lie to you, bro. It's tough over here playing the EuroLeague. Like, and that's what most people won't see until you come over here. So, like that comment that Luca made, it's tougher to score over here. It actually is. You got a big sitting in the paint, and if it's Tavares or if it's Big Fall from Olympiacos, and you going against that all series or two games out of a year where these guys are high level players regardless if they over here or over there. So it's definitely it's tough.
Hey,
It's tough.
I would add on to that and say I think it's even tougher for a scorer to transition from a peer scorer to transition from the NBA to Europe because Europe don't have Europe don't got volume shooters. They don't got them Jordan Clarkson type roles. Like you got to be a volume scorer, but you got to be efficient at the same time. So it's like you really got to go prove that. So I would say that might be even more impressive to come over there and score at the rate that you did with the efficiency you did.
And the same thing you saying, I heard that like you don't even like when Sasha got here, like when I tell you he laid it all down and this ain't the NBA. Every week I heard that. Like this ain't the NBA before he really and then that motherfucker sit down and that's why like during the season, like I hate him, but I really respect him because like
Right.
he could tell you that, but he also tell you, man, you told me shit like you the best player offensively I've ever seen, like just over here, and it's just like he gave me that opportunity because like I said, when we had our first coach, I started off slow because I wasn't playing like in different situations. He wasn't playing me. Like I remember we went to Olympiacos, my first game playing Olympiacos there. I played 9 minutes. I had 4 points. I only took two shots, played 9 minutes, and that was it. But when Sasha came, he kind of like, oh, motherfucker, like we just kind of we gonna amplify you, and that's when I like took off and just kept on ticking off, and I just never looked back. But when I first got over here, every week, man, this is not the NBA. Like this is not the NBA. And then see, even some of my teammates, like most guys from the NBA come over here, don't translate. Like it don't, they games just don't translate. And my teammates done told me a million times, like people go home from coming over here in the NBA, and if it don't work, they go home. Like motherfucker, this ain't your scene. You can't play this style. So I tried to embrace my moments over here to make sure I fit in over here. I can play anywhere. My game translate anywhere. That was my whole mindset coming over here. I'm not trying to come over here to be the man. I wasn't trying to come over here to take no shine. I'm trying to come over here to play every game and show that I can play anywhere I go.
Man, we've gotten to touch on that a lot too with some of the other guests that we've had, like Malcolm Delaney and Jordan Theodore. So I guess real quick, like that mental piece of just kind of trying to come in and settle in and not trying to do too much. How hard was that though? Knowing that, what I'm saying, again, keep giving you your flowers. Like you going to a team with Mike James, you probably,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. We had this conversation. Is there a better scorer in EuroLeague?
Yeah, I mean, and even when we ask other players, it's like y'all two
Like,
names come up
right.
consistently.
So, but
So
just knowing that coming over, like you had score like a person like you, Mike James, y'all got supreme confidence in what you could do
mhm.
offensively. So how hard was that to still be humble or have that humility going into the
Actually,
situation?
honestly, like you could ask anybody on my team, bro. It actually wasn't hard at all because like I'm naturally humble. Like I'm blessed. Like I know what I put into my craft, and I just came in and worked. Now it was like, okay, my first 2 weeks, I was just kind of cruising, like trying to get the hang of things, trying to see. But I remember coming in the gym one day, and you could ask Paris this if y'all do talk. I talked to Paris Lee, our other point guard besides Mike, and I told him, I said, today is separation day. And from that day on, it just I ain't looked back since. Like I had to come over here and I had to, see how it goes, see what we going to see how like our plan is, see how the game goes, see how they guard me. But once I figured that out, it was a wrap from there. I wasn't trying to look back. Like, and my role was coming off the bench. I was perfectly fine with that. I told Sasha straight up, like, keep me from coming off the bench. Like, keep me coming off the bench. I don't want to start. Like, you feel me? Let Mike handle the first group. I come in and handle the second group. And once we got that flow of, oh, we got a 1-2 punch. When we ended the games, that was what it was. We went on a stretch. Like Mike was averaging like 20, I was averaging like 19 for like 6 games in a row, and we was like 5-1 in that stretch. So that motherfucker talented though. That motherfucker talented. So
Watching y'all, I hope more EuroLeague teams, European teams, kind of take that blueprint. Like obviously, it's hard or easier said than done. You can't really find guys like you and Mike James
yeah, you can't.
just to come over. But I feel like what you describing is a little bit of that NBA model of
I feel like that's what we had though. I feel like we had like, I don't want to like kind of like a KD and Kyrie type, but like a lower version. Like we had a score, a per score, and we had Mike. He can score the ball, pass the ball, like you feel me, rebound the ball. Like he was doing some of everything. Honestly, like you put him in and put it in that aspect. A lot of the shit he did, like we wouldn't have made it nowhere without him, realistically. But I feel like with the help of me too, like that's how we got to where we at. Along with our team, but. That motherfucker is up for the MVP. Like he should be in the conversation for the MVP. I'm just being honest. But
no question.
First team, like that motherfucker can play. Like, and this was actually my first time really seeing him play. I had heard about his name before coming over here, but once I got over here and I'm watching this motherfucker, I'm like, all right, this motherfucker is all right. Like he can play. So.
Like I've said before, Ant's the EuroLeague savant. He know everything EuroLeague, but it's always been crazy to me how like Mike James, he seems everywhere he go, he wins, he puts up numbers, and still it's like these teams always got something to say after the season. It seems like our fans or whatever, and it's always just wild to me.
Yeah, I feel like everywhere you go, like when you that effective, somebody gonna have something to say that you feel me that ain't in your best favor. But at the end of the day, you can't deny him. Like he keep getting jobs, he keep putting on, he keep doing incredible things. Like okay, y'all had all that to say before he got here. He got here. It's our first year in EuroLeague. We go to the playoffs, Game 5, and he first team All EuroLeague. So like, what can you say now?
Yeah.
What can you say? He left room for no talk.
Yeah, I think the most powerful thing he did too was, he worked his way up to the power clubs in EuroLeague, and then he went to a newcomer, and then he took the newcomer. You know what I'm saying? As far as
and this is what most people don't. I'm one of the newcomers. We had 12 newcomers in EuroLeague. Like we had 12 newcomers. We only had four players that played EuroLeague over 3 seasons. 4 or 3. So it's just like that speaks for itself. I can't even really say nothing else. Like over here, he's a EuroLeague legend. Like he gonna be a legend when it's all said and done. Like, and I pride myself on, like, you feel me, giving flowers. Like he gonna be a legend when it's all said and done.
They would be wise to keep that continuity, which I think is where a lot, especially with Americans, I feel like where a lot of EuroLeague teams go wrong is they'll discontinue what's working. Like, and I get it's hard, guys want to get more money. It's not the NBA where you can offer all the same money and all that.
Yeah, it's definitely hard, but like at the end of the day, man, I came over here to play. Like at the end, like I was telling Ant before you got on here, like my decision of coming over here was to play. I definitely could have stayed in the league and sat there, but bro, I came over here and opened up my whole talent. Like this was my first time I got a chance to really open up my game since college.
Right.
And this was a blessing for me. Like I cannot complain. This was a blessing for me. I love this feeling.
Man, that's good you said that. Like you said it's the first time you got to play like that since college. So how has this experience help you grow as a hooper, as a basketball player, like the way you see the game as a basketball player, and then also like how you see the business side of the game, like from NBA to Europe?
Honestly, at the end of the day, I got better. I got better, and like I still ain't even show everything I can do, bro. Like honestly, I still ain't even show half of my package. I still ain't like I came over here and we stuck to the basics this year. Like, but the business side, it's money everywhere. It's money in the NBA. It's money over here. You feel me? Mike on my team, what he done had a crazy deals. Like, so you feel me? I came over here and did what I did in year one. The sky's the limit for me over here. And over here, you could play
Facts.
the 35 and actually play and get some money. So it's
Facts.
just like I'm learning a bit. Like you could tell, I done learned some business over here. But like you feel me, my game speak for itself as well. Like my first year, I averaged 14 EuroLeague. I don't think that's been done first year in EuroLeague. I shot 47 from the two. I shot 41.9 from the three, 83 from the free throw line. The bag gonna come. I'm just waiting. I ain't chasing the bag. The bag gonna come. I'm just playing my game.
And nah, at this point, you're not even. Are you thinking NBA or are you like what's the mindset
I
moving
I
forward?
I talked to my agent and I told my agent this is what I told my agent. I'm gonna tell y'all straight what I told my agent and my mom. Like if the NBA makes sense, then yeah, let's go to the NBA. But if the NBA don't make sense, then I'm taking my ass back to EuroLeague. See, it's that simple. Like you feel me? If I'm gonna go get a real chance to if we feel like the roster got a real chance for me to even display my talent, then I might take that chance. But over here, I love what I have done. I love what I have built for myself over here. So it's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be a competitive summer for me just picking and trying to choose the right thing for myself.
Yeah, options are always a good thing for sure, but it also makes I think options also make the process difficult sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like you get
it's definitely gonna be difficult just because like staying in the NBA, I got to tie in my kids.
yeah.
Like this is the first time I've been away from my kids for 9 months. Like I ain't seen my kids this whole time just because I wanted to get the hang of it, and we was kind of going through some legal stuff with their mom. But now we all good, and so I mean it's definitely going to be a difficult process regardless because
Yeah.
it's what I love to do. At this point, I don't really think it's about the money. I think I'm gonna get getting the minimum is gonna be some over here, without the taxes, but at the end of
Facts.
the day, I'm still getting paid. Like so, at the end of the day, it's just gonna be the best fit where I'm playing. If I ain't going my mindset is made up to where I ain't going nowhere if I ain't playing.
You're gonna have to set up one of those offshore accounts over there in Monaco, man. You know what I'm saying? Get that tax, get all them tax benefits, man. I'm gonna see you at them F1 races. You know what I'm saying? Front row.
He gonna have a car in the
I
race.
think I think that
Man.
they finna have one in. I think they finna have one in like next week or something, 29th or something.
Yeah, it is. It's the Grand Prix
Yeah,
is
yeah,
should be
yeah.
coming up.
See,
Yeah.
yeah, they've been building out here for a while, man.
Man, we played when I was in France. We played Monaco in the playoffs during the Grand Prix, and you couldn't get a hotel in Monaco, so we had to stay in Nice. But you pull up at that airport, we seen the Redskins playing. We seen somebody playing all blacked out metallic jet. I was like, yo,
Yeah,
there's
it
people
get crazy out here.
people
It get
people getting
crazy out
to it
here.
out there. But look, in your first year in EuroLeague, tell me some of the things that you liked and some of the things that you disliked about the transition.
Some of the things oh man, I actually love the transition. Like it wasn't bad. It's competitive. It's more competitive, like realistically basketball than the NBA. I think, me personally.
I know what you're
Um,
talking about.
Guys compete, and they ain't scared to throw two man the box in one. Like I mean, okay, you could do it in the NBA, but it's never really done to the high end guys in the NBA just because I don't know if they like too good or whatever, but I feel like it's more competitive over here. It's harder to score over here. I feel like. Um, I don't know. Overall, the EuroLeague is a good league, bro. Like, and I was
Hey,
surprised when I got over here of how good the league was. It's motherfuckers that can play over here. Like, it's really
like
motherfuckers that can play. Like, that can play the game the right way. Like, so like I can't really say it was no bad. I ain't really have no bad. The only thing I don't like is when you reaching for a foul and they give you that shit. Like, bro, I don't really like that shit. That's the only thing I hate.
you
I don't
see.
like I don't like that shit right here. I did that shit one time. I did that shit one time. I'm just reaching trying to foul. Oh man, what? And me not knowing I done did that shit again. I'm disqualified from the game. Oh man, this shit here bullshit. Like
Man.
that's the only thing I can really that's the only thing I can really complain about. But other than that, bro, like EuroLeague was good to me. Like I got a chance to play in some crazy environments out here. The fans is heavily involved. And them the environments that I'll be wanting to be in. Like you
Yeah.
playing in front of all these people, everybody get a chance to see you play, see you rock, and they might talk a lot when you playing, but after the game that should be just all love. Like
100%,
it'd be real
100%.
love. So
Even
I
even
can't
that,
complain.
like that, to me, I know what you're talking about because my first year in EuroLeague, it really make you fall in love with the game like all over again, man. Like, and I can't speak to the NBA experience specifically, but just from
I'm gonna
viewing,
tell you in the NBA, bro.
like,
Like I dealt my first 2 years. I dealt with depression, bro. Not playing. Like in my head, I ain't good enough. Like just being real, just being honest. Like
yeah,
so coming over here and actually like playing every game, being a factor, like being one of the main guys. That shit made me feel so good, bro. Like
yeah,
I can't express that shit enough. Like
man,
this the shit I did all my whole entire life playing basketball. So actually coming over here and actually getting a chance to play and with not holding nothing back or not
yeah,
being told how to play, like that shit is amazing.
yeah, and
Yeah, I
you
think you
playing
see
you,
it too with players like remember when Anthony Randolph, when he left the league and came over to
yeah,
Europe, man, it's like his career skyrocketed. He won
Mm-hmm.
championships and and I remember just thinking like, here's a guy. Obviously, he wasn't as appreciated in the league, and obviously it was a different era. But I think that you know, as a basketball player, your lifespan is only so long. So it's like, do you really want to spend that time, you know, being that 10 minute,
Sitting
15 minute
there.
guy, or do you want to have an impact and win a championship where you feel like, yo, I did something,
These
man.
motherfuckers want you, and these motherfuckers want you over here. It's easier to say like, "Well, I'm sending a organization that okay, yeah, I'm playing 10 minutes to 5 minutes a game, whatever." But do these motherfuckers really want me? Do they value me? Because I know over here these motherfuckers value me. Monaco, they value me. Like, oh, I'm a part of the future. Like, and you feel me? I'm still young a little bit. Like, you feel me? Especially for over here. Like I got time over here. I got 10 years to my name over here if I want to. Like we got Will on our team. What 36?
yeah. It's
Shit.
just
So
Ben getting to it.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like, man, like this shit is. It just make you feel better about yourself, about your game, like playing consistently. Cause, bruh, it's good to be in the league if you playing and if you involved. If they got plans for you, but if they ain't got no plans for you and you ain't involved, just sitting there, that shit is draining. That
It's,
shit
it's
draining.
Man, be more specific about like some of those emotions or some of those thoughts that you go through. You know what I'm saying? Like especially you, because again, McDonald's All American. You know what I'm saying? You go second round, you all ACC. Like you have
Bro,
certain thoughts and expectations. Like so yeah,
I can't put it to no. I was sick. Like I was sick, bro. Like I was grinding. Don't get me wrong. Like I was still grinding. I was still getting my work in every day. My trainers will tell you. Like I get it in every day with no complaints. I was grinding. Shit. I was with the Hornets at the time. The organization to tell you I was grinding nights, mornings when we didn't have practice, off days. I'm grinding, but at the end of the day, like at my first year, I had Cliff, and he told me straight up, "You're going to be a good player, but you won't play this year." And that was like when I first got in. So I'm like, damn, like you feel me? I ain't never really had a motherfucker tell me this. Like, fuck, I ain't gonna play. Nah, you won't play. At the time, they didn't. I played my first year in the league. I played 4 G League games.
wait, who told you that? Who told you that?
Cliff, Steve Cliff.
Cliff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the time, I played 4 G League games, bro. Like during that time, I averaged like 26 in the G League, and they just brought my ass back up. Like, and I was just sitting there training every day. But I did believe believed in me. I knew they believed in me. It was just like I had to wait my turn. Cliff ended up getting fired, so now I'm like, fuck. The new coach come in. I don't really play at all until the end of the year. My second year, come at my third year, I start the first 10 games. I'm playing good. I was averaging like, I want to say 12. I get hurt. End up coming back from my injury, not playing at all. Then I go to Orlando with Clifton again, and they gave me a chance to play every game. I averaged like 11 the whole year. I played all 72 games. That was last year, and then I came here this year. But my first 2 years was miserable, bro. Like I didn't want to leave the house. I was doing shit, but always in the back of my mind, like, damn, bro, I'm not playing. I don't really even want to be doing nothing. I'm not playing. I'm in front of people. Like it was just fucking with my confidence, my head. Like I'm all over the place, bro. I'm miserable. I'm complaining to my mom every day, my dad every day. Like, man, am I not good enough to be in the league? Like, why the fuck am I even here? Like, and then I just had to keep building myself up, keep working, bro.
Yeah. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it sounds like there's almost like a sense of embarrassment, you know, when
It
you're not
definitely, I was
playing, and it's
embarrassed.
like,
I was
yeah, which is
embarrassed as
crazy,
fuck. I was
crazy.
young. I can't complain because I was young. Okay, everybody don't make it to the league, but at the same time, motherfucker, hell no, I ain't trying to hear that. I know what I can do out there. I know what
Yeah.
I can do out there, bro. I don't want to hear none of that talking about like. So going out, I'm going out, you know, with my team, some of my teammates, like these motherfuckers playing. I ain't playing. Like you feel me? So it's like, man, bro. But they like my energy is so like good, and people like pick up on my energy. Like they used to love me around. One of my road dogs on Charlotte when I first got there was Kimber,
Yeah.
and once me and Kimber locked in, we locked in. Like to this day, I still talk to Kimber. Like that's my guy, and his energy is great. My energy was great, so it was like, yeah, I'm with Kimber, but it's like, damn, I ain't playing, bro. Fuck that. But in my mind, when I'm working with Kimber or when I'm playing with Kimber, this motherfucker believe in me. Like he see what I can do. But it's just
Yep.
like I got Nick Batum in front of me who getting 125 M's. My ass got to sit down.
Hey, but you know, Kyrie said some shit. I was listening to that podcast he was on talking about where he walked in, the energy he was on. He was just walking in practice talking about,
That's
I'm better than
exactly the energy
you.
I was
I'm better
on.
than.
That's
So,
exactly. I mean, I felt like I was better than everybody in there, but they had invested so much money. That's the business side of the NBA. They had invested so much money into already their wing players, and I'm a second round pick. Like no matter what, like bro, you just gotta wait your turn. But like I said, I ain't. When I went home, I was complaining. I was in my head. I was down. I want to quit. I want to. You feel me? I want to give up. Like fuck this shit. Like doing all this shit fucked up. Like I'm talking about home alone fucked up. Like really down bad. Like bro,
yeah.
there's times I used to cry, bro. That's how much I love this shit. Like times I'm in my room just crying. Like damn, bro. Like I got to get better. Like I got to just keep getting better. And you feel me? I work my ass off, and I still don't even think I'm at where I could be. Like, and
Facts.
that's what's crazy.
Yeah.
I think, man, it's I think from this point, man, everything just fighting through that, because I think that some of the basketball is a confidence sport, man. Like you have to think you
You
better than
gotta
you are.
have
You have
confidence.
to know that you're better than you are, and it's like to have your confidence. There's so many things that strip your confidence away, and to overcome that, have the season that you have, and then everything that you learn. Like I mean, I felt like playing in Europe, man, like you get so many different. I mean, it's a pick and roll game these days. You get so many different pick and roll coverages. There's so many more reads that you have to make, and along with just the physicality on ball defense, I think as a guard, you really can improve your game in Europe to the point where even if you do go back to the league, like, and now you're just dealing with drops all day and things of that nature. You're just a more mature, better player. So coupling the IQ increase, with just your competitive drive that obviously you've shown going through, your early years in Europe, man, I think, you definitely gonna come out of this like, a monster.
Hmm. And that's the whole thing. I'm just trying to learn and keep going for it. Like I said, I don't even think I hit my prime yet, bro. Like I'm just
Yeah.
being honest. Like I learn new shit over here every day from all type. Like I said, it's so many talented motherfuckers over here. Like and you have to play over here to really see it. Like you have to
Yeah.
really play over here to see that the talent over here. But it's real talent. It's some motherfuckers that I take from over here. And I feel like if we make a all-star team from the EuroLeague and put that shit in the league as a team, we really could do it. We could win some games. Like that's how talented motherfuckers is over here.
Yo, I was
I
just
think
saying too, like I was talking to somebody like a couple of days ago, and we were talking about how I feel like a lot of teams in the NBA, everybody's looking for a shooter, right? But then the question
Yeah,
is like, when they get a shooter, like, oh, can he defend? And I'm like, yo, if you're looking for a shooter that can defend, just go to EuroLeague. You got guys shooting that ball, and they picking up
you
full
got
court.
guys shooting that ball that's picking
playing
up
hard.
full court. You got
Playing
guys that's
hard.
shooting that bit, that's shooting it at a high level too over here, like really high level. Motherfucker from Zenit, I don't know his
Billy
name.
Barron,
Billy Bent. Yeah.
that's who I
Yeah,
brought
man.
up too.
That motherfucker came in Monaco, bro, and lit our ass up. Couldn't miss. Sasha on the floor talking about, man, do not leave him. He the best shooter in EuroLeague. So it's just like you got motherfuckers that can really play over here, and and it's amazing to watch when you like love the game so much because
Yeah.
I was watching him when he came to play us, and I'm like, after three threes, I'm like, God damn, like this nigga, like same shots, same rhythm, like he getting to it. So it's just like, if you love the game, that type of shit excites you. Like, oh motherfucker, these motherfuckers competitive. He competitive. Size don't matter. He look, but this motherfucker can play.
Man. Got a ratchet. Yo, what's it do for this both of y'all? Like what's it do for your confidence level when you know your value off the court is really set? Like cuz you talking about you could be in Europe for 10 years and you're going to get paid. It's not about the money at this point no more. So what's that do for your confidence level as you prepare for games, you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
I prepare the same. I try to prepare the same way. Uh, I because that I feel like that was my problem early. I was worried about. I'm trying to do whatever I can to get paid, but I feel like the philosophy I came with this year is like just play your game, bro. Like
Yeah.
don't even worry about the off court stuff because once you could kind of mix my value, what I'm trying to skyrocket my value with playing, then that's when you fucking up. You
Overthinking.
head to head, and I'm
Yeah.
overthinking. And I'm in the game. I ain't making shots down. They ain't gonna pay me. I feel
Yeah.
like that's what I was doing in my early career, especially in the NBA. So when I got over here, I wanted like a clean slate. I wanted to come over here and just play free.
Yeah.
And that shit worked for me. Like before every game, I say my little Bible, say my little prayer, and I go out there and I eat. Like I ain't trying to leave nothing on the table. Um, and I feel like that's how my value now got up because I just said, fuck the value, fuck the off court, fuck the money, what I'm gonna get paid next year or what I get paid in the next 3 years. Let's focus on right now and just display your talent. And this was actually my first year doing this since college. That's why I said I feel like this is like my first time my game has opened up since college because I just played with that college mindset free and just was
Yeah.
here to win games and show my talent.
Yeah. That might be the most liberating fit to me, the most liberating feeling in the world as a basketball player because I feel like once you get into even once you get to like your whatever it is, sophomore, whatever your level is, sophomore, junior year of college, when you're about to try and get drafted,
Hmm.
everything about your value is placed in that next check or where you gonna get drafted. So once you reach that point of
And
like,
you can get
I don't
drafted.
give a
I get
fuck,
drafted to the wrong spot, and
man,
it done
man.
fucked up your value already.
And you
That
like
shit.
I think that's how cats become. Like we had Eric McCollum on here, and he touched on what you said, like guys in the league not playing or whether it's overseas, whatever, and they depressed because it's like you literally putting your value as a human being in the next check or the next spot you gonna go. Like, you know what I'm saying? At times
And
it's
it's
in the
just in the
shots you take. It's
NBA.
crazy.
In NBA, bro, like they don't give a fuck if you depressed.
At all.
They don't give a
In
fuck
Europe
because
either.
they
In
got
Europe either.
another motherfucker that's like in Europe either, but they got another. But you can come to Europe and actually get the chance. Like in the
Yeah.
NBA, you really might not get no chance. Like it's guys in the league that can go from team to team that haven't got a chance. I ain't knocking them, but it's just like, bruh, like
Well, and I would say though, I would say even in Europe though, because like in Europe you are even more of a supreme talent. See what I'm saying? Like you said, you low key that KD in Europe. So there's
yeah,
guys who are lower levels who are feeling that same way in Europe. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it's a liberating feeling not having to think about your
That's
value in terms of dollars. You know what I mean? So,
it's
but
tough, but you can get through it because I'm trying to tell you, bro. I was on edge a lot, bro, but I
yeah.
got too much fight in me. Like I got too much fight in me. So
Yeah, I think a lot of young hoopers need to hear that too, especially as they go on this journey. And it's actually for me, I don't know about Ant, but for me, it's dope to hear Eric McCollum, who's 30, 34 now. He done been through all that, and now here you coming through, kind of, I mean, different origin story or whatever, but going through a similar path and already understanding that at 26 is pretty
yeah,
dope to see. You know what I'm saying? So it's but either way, being in Europe now for your first year, and it's a hot topic right now with Luka and Jokic and all them going off. What you think about the American basketball landscape in terms of development? Is the American model broken? Is the European model better from what you've seen? What's your thoughts on that?
the European model is definitely better than what it's seen, what I've seen. You got guys like Luka, Jokic, Joker, Giannis, and and right now, those guys are the peak at the league, at the top of the league. So, I mean, I don't think it's better than Americans. Like KD said, the skill unmatched. But you got some motherfuckers that's really like that from over here, bro. I can't lie. Like and them three, the last four MVPs is European guys. So you can't hide it, but you can't deny you can't say they're the best, but you can't deny them either.
What you think, Ed?
Yeah, I mean, I think the European rise in basketball. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with just the globalization of the sport. You know what I mean? I mean, it's so much easier now where for European players to consume basketball training. You know, things that they didn't have access to. You know, they can look it up on Instagram and things like that. So now you got that, and the fact that they're 15 years old playing with grown men. You know what I mean? It's an opportunity that in America we don't really get. You get that in the summer if you got a big homie that's gonna take you to that open gym and let you play, but you ain't. You know what I mean? But they get to do that, practice twice a day, playing with the
Yeah.
older players. So when you have
They
those
get to
rare
skip
talents,
school.
yeah, they don't
They
even
get to
go to
skip
school.
school,
I
go get that money. And but I can say like honestly, just talk. The skill ain't off. Cause you look at Luca, you look at Joker. Shit, you can even look at Giannis. Like them motherfuckers can rebound, they can pass, like they can score. So them motherfuckers really
Giannis can't pass.
be having triple doubles though.
yeah,
You can't.
Giannis making
I'm just
reads.
being
Giannis
real.
making reads.
Like he making
No, he got
reads.
better
You
at it.
can't.
He got better at it. He
Bro,
got
you
better at it. He
can't
got
sit
better
here
at
and say
it. I'm hating.
he
I'm hating. He got
passing
better
and
at
be
it.
having triple doubles. Like that shit hard. He's
Yeah,
a
nah,
7 foot read maker. Like
no, I'm
man,
playing.
they
I'm
come over
playing.
here nowadays, bro, with every skill, like with all the skills, like with everything in their bag,
Look,
because they
I'm.
motherfuckers have been playing professional so long.
I see somebody actually was one of my friends on Twitter said what you gonna blame us, man? We 14 and they over there playing against pros and we taking earth science, so I don't know what y'all want us to do.
Exactly.
Like,
We preparing for shit that ain't gonna matter if we do make it to the league or make a living or in EuroLeague 10 years from now, and they over here fuck that school shit. We doing this right now.
I'm the only thing I would say about it is like I don't like the narrative. Giannis won. He probably developed more in America, right? Like his game developed with the Bucks,
I,
and
I
and
think
J Kidd. I don't
Giannis
think
got
J Kidd get enough
stronger.
credit for that. You don't think his game developed with the Bucks?
Yes, actually, you're right. I don't think J Kidd get enough credit for that.
Like
And
I
then
was
J
I
Kidd
was
got
in
with
yeah.
Luca, so J Kidd might be the scientist of behind these
Hey, he listen.
European players.
Listen, I was in summer league. J Kidd, the year he got hired with the Bucks, and Giannis was there, and that was when Jabari was supposed to be the man. And Giannis was obviously a freak, but Giannis didn't have none of the stuff he has now. The way he played, like, and the confidence he plays with either, like, it wasn't. And obviously he was young. But the only thing I'll say about it is, it seems more like a narrative because if you take Joker and Luka, Giannis and Embiid developed in the States, right? So after them.
I ain't even say. Oh my god, I ain't even say Embiid.
Yeah, but I mean, Embiid play AAU in the States, right? And he went to
Yeah,
in the college system.
yeah, but he over there. He from over there.
Yeah,
He
we
from
just taking
over
them
there.
we just taking them origins.
Yeah, he from over there. He from over there.
Yeah, but nah. After that though, who's the next 20 best players in the NBA? And you don't got to name all 20, but just thinking about it, like who I don't know. Is there another foreigner after that?
Right now,
Yeah,
The next 20? Nah, I don't think so.
nah. I think them are the
They the ones.
yeah, they the ones. But it's they the ones that's at the top of the league right
Yeah.
now. You gotta you
they
talking
are.
about the MVP race was all foreigners.
Yeah.
Luka, Embiid, and Giannis.
How much of that is marketing too? Not to say they don't deserve it. I don't never want to
Man,
get
I
that
don't really
misconstrued.
think that's really
I don't want to get
Nah.
that
marketing.
misconstrued. But
They
is there an
just
international
hooping.
motive? There is. They deserve it.
I
They
don't
deserve
think
it.
that
No question. I don't
NBA
want
is
to
a
get that
course of
confused.
business, but can't deny
Nah,
what
no
they
question.
doing. Like Embiid led the league in scoring as a big. That ain't been done since Shaq, right?
Right.
Joker,
And
he took a team with they two. Who did he have? Jamal Murray was hurt all year. The other max player, what's his name? The youngin.
Michael Porter.
Michael Porter was hurt all year, and he
Yeah.
still to the playoffs. So it's just like Giannis, y'all. We know what we see what Giannis was doing. Then you got Luka come in off the back burner, one in the MVP race, but knocked out a team with 64 wins.
What I'm saying is, should Book have got more consideration for MVP, like someone like that, or nah? Tatum, Book.
I
I mean, I know
respect Book
Tatum was up there
game,
though. Yeah.
and I'm glad they don't. They ain't no. Mm-mm. No,
Just
Book.
straight like that.
I
Nah.
respect Book game, bro. I love Book game. I love the
Nah,
way
no
Book
question.
plays. But I seen something the other day. You have to tie in the fact that before Chris Paul got there, Book was a 19, 20 win guy. Now we can't just give him the credit for some shit that somebody came and helped him with. Like, okay, of course he's getting off. I feel like he top 20. He a top player in the league,
Right.
regardless of the number. He top player in the league.
Right.
He has show his consistency of playing well. But before Chris Paul got there, what, just 2 years ago, they wasn't making the playoffs, let alone the finals, let alone the second round of the play. Like, you feel me? So it's just like you got to give some of
That's
that
true.
credit to CP, bro. Like CP really, every organization that CP has went to, CP has came and changed the game, bro. Like, and
Nah,
I feel like
facts.
as just a guy that love the game and play the game, we don't get his man enough credit for that. So it's like I
Nah.
don't think Book should have been in the MVP race more than he was. Now Tatum should have probably been in it a little more than Book because he didn't come back from the finals. Like, you feel me? Like, they ain't come
Right.
back. He doing all this off the muscle. Like, and then he competing against Giannis and he playing well. Like, who have we? Like, you feel me? He playing really well. Like, he holding his own. He's showing that he could, like, he gonna be a big time superstar. That motherfucker can play.
So who y'all taking? If you a GM, put your GM hat on, right? Who y'all taking to lead y'all team? Not necessarily you don't got to pick Luka or Tatum, but the type of player. Like, and I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna just preface it by saying, to me, Tatum is more like a wing scorer, can guard all that, whereas Luka's a ball dominant playmaker.
I'll take honestly. I'll take Tatum. I want that. I want and this. I ain't saying Luka not a scorer, but this like that score of mine. I want a Kobe type player. Like I want, you feel me, do or die, hurt or not. I'm gonna lay this shit on the line. Like, you feel
Right.
me? Like, Luka get a little gnats and shit, and he might sit down for a couple games. I feel like Tatum gonna find a way. So that's just me being personal. I build around Tatum because he can be ball dominant too. He does show, like, you feel me? What in the series he averaged 28, 6 and 6.
Yeah.
That's great numbers. That's great
Yeah.
numbers. I take that. 6 rebounds, 6 assists. We're gonna have other players around you that can pass that ball, but at the end of the day, he
Facts.
can do that too. So
Facts.
Yeah, and I think Tatum give you a better. I would say Tatum as well. And it's funny you said the thing about Kobe because I was like, I think he's getting close. I'm not saying he's getting close to Kobe in regards to everything that he's done, but he definitely has that type of mentality, that scoring mentality, and you can see just the completeness of his game. I see that, but I think he gives you a better effort on the defensive end too. You know what I mean? So with Luka, you got to put some defenders around him. And
got to.
with Tatum, obviously like you have to build a team of defenders, but I think it's special when you got a guy that's gonna kind of like Kobe, a guy that's gonna go out there and get 40, and then like last night, squaring up with Jimmy Butler, like you don't have to hide him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of superstar, like, a lot of players that's high level, that's ball dominant or can score the ball. You sometimes gotta hide. Like you sometimes gotta hide, like because they can't defend. But them the type of players. Oh, I can't defend, but I can make up for it on offense.
Yeah.
But
You
I
gotta
don't
go get
feel
a
like,
bucket.
yeah, I don't feel like it's really like that with Tatum. I feel like I mean, I ain't saying he locked up KD, but he had a great show in that series that gave everybody that made everybody really open eyes. Like, okay, this motherfucker can, you know, adjust a few things for a big time player, and that's all you ask for in a motherfucker that's growing and becoming a superstar himself. So I feel I definitely take Tatum.
I'm gonna take Tatum because I'm pro black. That's all I gotta say about it. It's the only reason why, man. Fuck it. But now backtracking though, to the topic before, real quick. I'm all over the place, but the one thing I want to go back because does America have a big man problem developing big men? You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's to me like all the best bigs right now are. I
Or
mean,
from
we got
over that
Bam.
water.
Yeah. So does America have a big man problem? Is there too much skill development going on? Like, do some of these motherfuckers need to get up under the
I
basket? Like, we
don't
got
really,
Robert
I
Williams
don't,
coming.
yeah, I don't really. I just think that's more of the American players' problem because we so heavy on our guards that our bigs want to be guards. Our
Right.
bigs want to dribble. Our bigs nowadays don't want a low post game. They want to catch lobs, pick and pop, shoot threes. They don't really want to bang with you. Like, you feel me? We got a few that ain't. I don't think hit their peak yet. But for the most part, I feel like our bigs don't want to do no banging down. I feel like, yeah, our best big right now is Bam, like
Is
American, and he's been consistently good.
is
Um,
is is Robert Williams gonna bring kind of that is Robert Williams that next wave of bigs? You got Robert Williams in Boston. You got this kid coming out of Duke. I think Mark Williams, right? With
Hmm.
the in the pre-draft process right now. Like,
what's
is
that?
that
You mean like block shots and
block shots, rim the European type big, the rim run, block shots,
yeah. I feel
guard
like I
8 and
don't know.
2.
I feel like Chet could be something
Hmm.
for the American wave, but I don't even think Giannis started off that small. So
Nah, or
it's
KD.
going, yeah. So it's going to really be like I'm more interested to see him if he put on weight and become like heavyweight with his skill set, then I feel like we got us one. Like as Americans, like I feel like we really got us one because he can shoot it, motherfucker can dribble a little bit, and once you put the weight on, you can be able to bang a little bit. Right now, you can't bang, so it's like you a pick and pop traditional want to be a guard type big just at 7 feet. So I don't know, man. Right now, for the bigs, for the American bigs, we running low. We I feel like we at an all time low right now. But most people don't even really need that right now. They need somebody just to block shots or defend. But for defenders at American bigs, we good. But
Facts.
as far as like skill wise, I feel like we at an all time low right now.
I think in Europe they have the bigs as the NBA game has gotten smaller and it's gotten to the point where everybody's shooting threes and whatnot. Like bigs in Europe been shooting threes and stretching the floor, so the game has kind of been a little more tailor made for like European bigs, and I think that the European bigs that have been in Europe for years, they've been having to make reads and make all these passes that American bigs, they not working on that right now. They working on shooting the threes, like you said, catching lobs and whatnot. In Europe, those bigs got to think the game just like the guards got to think the game. So I think that's where their progression is a lot better and faster than the American bigs. And obviously the American bigs being more athletic and being able to switch and stuff like that, they're always going to have a place in the league. But as far as being dominant, you got to combine the IQ and the ability to create for others as well as get your own, and that's what stars in the league are able to do, like Embiid and like Jokic. So I think
And
that's
them
the problem.
motherfuckers from over here, and even in playing in EuroLeague, like there's some bigs in EuroLeague that can really. Demo are big.
Yeah, Monte Eunice,
Yeah, he
nice
can all
pass,
that
shoot it,
like spin,
left hook, right
spin,
hook.
shoot it, left hook, right hook, like skill. But he from over here, and then it just goes to show. Then we got Tay, athletic, all around the basket. He cleaning up everything. Um, Tay ain't gonna shoot no threes, but that's just because Tay know his game. So we got both bigs right here on our team, like an American big and an overseas big, and that's you feel me. I think it's good to have both, but it's also great if you can have this both in one player, like because then that's even more dominant. Like, but it
Man,
ain't too many bigs coming from over here that athletic.
man, y'all really cheating because you said y'all got what three y'all got three dudes that played four or what was it 3 or more years worth of
Yeah,
EuroLeague, but y'all
yeah,
got about
we got three or
seven
four
legit
dudes.
NBA players though.
Yeah, we do got that. But then we just, man, the only thing we could have won that game, but we just ain't really had no experience in this EuroLeague shit. If we would have a little more experience, we would have been all right.
That's a tough atmosphere to win in too. Like that's a wild
Man,
atmosphere,
bro, it's fun playing there. Like it's
man.
fun playing in it. Like
Yep.
game 2 when we beat there about 20 there, oh, they
Hmm.
hated us. They just the whole time we coming home. Man, I do not want to go back for game 5. We need to end it at home. They done came back and won game 3. All we thinking about is going back there for game 5.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yo, what was your craziest pre-draft story? Like, what was your pre-draft process? Since pre-draft is coming up, give us your craziest pre-draft story, man.
I ain't really got no crazy draft stories. Oh, actually, I do. I was in Milwaukee. So at the time, I'm working out like every other day, bro. Like I did like I want to say like 16 to 20 workouts, bro. I don't remember. It was 4 or 5 years ago. But I'm going everywhere. I get to Milwaukee. I'm getting ready to warm up. Like I'm warming up. I'm getting ready to go on the court to do my workout. I just end up passing out. Boom. Like drop on the floor. Like just like I'm out. Like so you know how that goes. Like these teams trying to invest so much money in you, they trying to find the right player. And right now, I've been hooping, my name buzzing. I'm supposed to be first round. Like, You feel me? I did my thing in college, so I'm supposed to be first round. My name buzzing. I'm doing great in workouts. I done dropped. I done fell out. I done passed out. So they feel like I got a heart problem. They telling everybody around the league I got a heart problem. That shit spread. Like I ended up having to sit out for like 2 weeks. And that shit just was miserable, bro. That was like my craziest because it like backtracked me a little bit. And it was all because I had changed my diet. I had just went into changing my diet. I'm trying to eat more healthier, more cleaner. Um, and I remember the doctor just telling me like, "Oh, you passed out because you can't just all of a sudden like take your body is you know how in college how they feed you, bro. That shit ain't
Yeah.
you still eating burgers, pizza. So I'm eating all that. So when I actually start my pre-draft, I'm like trying to clean up my body. I done start eating all this shit that my agency giving me like, and it's like healthy shit. I can't even say the names of this shit. Like it's all different healthy shit. Like I'm like, all right, cool.
But
Like I'm trying it. I'm trying it. I'm trying it. I end up falling out. And I just remember the doctor ended up telling me it's because, oh, you're trying to eat different and your body is not really used to that yet. Like my body was used to wings, all this, fast food type shit for so long. And when I ended up passing out, it was just like, damn, like it was a setback for me. So when I actually got to the draft, the rumor had spread like that day, like the day before the draft, like people calling my agent, damn, he got a heart problem. Like, damn, he
damn.
got a heart. Oh, this might be a setback. Like, so I went into that like it had hurt me a little bit, but at the end of the day, like I was always in my mind, God don't make no mistakes. But
Right.
that was definitely like my craziest draft moment because it's like I feel like if I don't pass out and I go through that workout and I get a chance to finish all my workouts, then I don't even go in the second round. But honestly,
That might be one of the craziest stories I heard. Cause I ain't never heard nobody drop in the draft
yeah,
because they was
I
eating green beans and quinoa. Like, like,
it's
bro,
not
like
even
that's
that. They
crazy.
just they for the longest, bro, they tried to put it as I had a heart problem. So I
Right,
had,
right,
like,
right.
honestly, I wasn't even cleared for a minute to even start back working out with teams, bro. Like, I had to sit out like 2 or 3 weeks, and every other day I'm doing like different tests. Like, I had to fly to New York to get a whole second opinion from a NBA New York doctor, like from what the Milwaukee doctor had told me. So I'm going through all this shit. I gotta go through all these tests. I'm doing like all type of shit with my heart. Like they trying to look at my heart. Kind of find out I don't got no problem, but goddamn, like one rumor spread that shit can fuck you up for a minute.
For
Yeah,
So
sure.
when they
yeah,
first said that, oh, he got a heart problem, I just dropped because I did just drop like out of nowhere, and that shit was like everybody like, damn, like what the fuck, like everybody. Like on edge, nervous, scared. I'm in that bitch scared. I just drop out of nowhere. I ain't never just passed out. So
career
I
flashing
don't know.
before
That
your
shit,
eyes for real.
yeah, that shit just like it hit me hard because it's just like, damn, like I'm preparing for my future, and it's like, damn, this a little setback. And at first I'm thinking, well, shit, I'm done. Like they talking about my heart, like I can't play no more. But we did so much. We did weeks of testing and weeks of going to see all these different doctors, and I'm like, I'm just blessed I can still play. That's all that mattered to me.
Damn, that's
No,
wild.
pre-draft tough. Did you do Denver? Denver was tough for me. That
I ain't, nah,
altitude.
I ain't do Denver. I did, bro. It's crazy. I got drafted by the Hornets and didn't even work out for the Hornets. Like I worked out for the Lakers. I think the Clippers. I was at Milwaukee, didn't get to work out. OKC, shit, damn. Orlando, shit. Really, I did like 16, 17. Indiana. I did like 16, 17 workouts, bro. Like I was everywhere. I'm talking about, and they all work out here. I'm on a flight the next day. I'm in Milwaukee. Or I'm on a flight the next day. I'm in Indiana. Like I'm moving, and that's how usually pre-draft grow. Like
Yep.
pre-draft grow, you moving. Like I'm moving back and forth. I'm like, God damn, you got to do all this. I'm doing running tests. Like beat in Orlando, you do the beat test. Like, oh man,
Beep test is trash.
I'm around this
They need to
bit.
retire
I'm
that.
around this
They need to
bit
retire that
dead.
from everything. Hold on, you got drafted by the Pelicans and traded to Charlotte,
Yeah, I
right,
got
Andretti?
drafted by the Pelicans and traded to Charlotte.
Yeah, I just want because I mess up something every episode, so I
No,
just
no,
want to keep
yeah,
my
I
record
did.
clean. Yeah, I want to keep my
Yeah.
record clean today. But listen, man. Moving on real quick. You know, I'm a big Kyrie fan, so I was watching his podcast with on I Am Athlete, and he talked about kind of his role in producing his own shoe, right, and like how involved he is, and that's why his shoe is amongst the top selling with Nike and just in general. Kyrie 4 is my favorite shoe ever. I think it's the best basketball shoe ever made, if we being real. So, in your opinion, both y'all opinion, has the hype of buying signature shoes kind of has it diminished? Like the hype of buying it because you know Kobe's got suspended for a minute. Kyrie, they talking about our suspending production here or not renewing his contract. So is it the same now as when when you was coming out, you looking for the KG? Well, I was looking for the KGs. I'm old. You know what I'm saying? And you was probably looking for them.
Gary
You old
Payton's
too.
with
You
the
was probably
zip
looking
up,
for
the gloves.
yeah, the gloves. Yeah, I was looking for the gloves too. But has the hype of buying signature shoes diminished, you think?
I don't think so, bro. Like honestly, I, Nike is just fucked up for even going through that with Kobe. After such a tragedy that had happened to bruh and his family. So everybody was on Kobe's. Like you got some league guys to this day that like DeMar DeRozan and guys like that don't wear nothing but Kobe. So I feel like they should have always honored Kobe from the jump. Like this who really like started it. Like you feel me, got it really popping on that basketball side, Kobe. And then you had Bron, but Kobe did it first. Really, like his shoes. He had enough shoes to where it's like, all right, mind you, other people had shoes, but ain't nobody have a lengthy amount of shoes like Kobe at that time frame. So why the hell would you like? You feel me? You can get so much money just off of dropping the fours or the fives or the sixes or the you feel me any number of Kobe's and motherfuckers gonna eat themselves up. So I feel like it's the
Right.
same with Kyrie, bro. Like Kyrie's shoe is the first or the second most comfortable Nike shoe right now to this date, and
Easy.
and I know for a fact that's a lot of they sales. His shit sell out. Like when I just seen that Nike shit, I just went on fucking goat and bought like 3 pairs just cause if they do stop, I got you feel me. I
So you
got I
load
got
it
it
up.
in the
You load
vault.
it
Like
up.
yeah, but
Yeah.
even on that, I play in Kyrie's, bro. Them shits is amazing. Like for him to even be involved in it, that says a lot, bro. And just cause he was going through stuff in the league, I don't feel like that's a way of you like you running away from the player. Kyrie is inspirational. Like he's one of the voices of the league, like especially of Nike. Like as far as like top selling shoes go, what he got to be like first or second in Nike
Gotta be
basketball
up
right
there.
now. He got to be like first or second.
Gotta,
So it's just
gotta
like
be up there.
I don't think the signature shoe is amazing to me. Like you got some guys that won't wear guys signature shoes, but I wear Kyrie's. Like you feel me? Them bitches comfortable. I wear them
Shamelessly.
in PGs are my go tos right now for sure.
Facts.
Like I love the PGs and I love the Kyries.
Yeah, I think the NBA, well, not the NBA, but these shoe companies, they're always gonna have to develop a signature shoe for like the top 5 guys in the league. Because I mean, in order to sell shoes, there's so many shoes out there that are probably comfortable, but we look past them because we know that's not Kyrie, that's not, or like, remember when they used to have the Team Jordans, and you like, that's not really Jordan, that's a Team Jordan shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Motherfucker ain't want to wear them just because
Facts.
they,
you know that.
they team
That's like,
Jordan. They ain't
hey
no
Jordan,
number.
remember going to school? If you had a chap shirt on and it wasn't Ralph Lauren, if it wasn't Polo, that's what them Team Jordan.
It had the big polo joint on there. Them too.
The
Not
big
the,
horse.
You know what I'm saying the oversized. Yeah, the oversized joint.
You know, that's how the Team Jordans was. So you kind of do. You have to tie some shoes to some players to sell them. But I think the biggest change is, man, just hip hop colliding with basketball because now Travis Scott is getting deals. You know what I mean? Because they understand that these artists, have a bigger influence than these NBA players like Kanye, you know what I mean? And you start to see what these rap artists and the influence that they have on people buying shoes is a lot greater, and it applies to more fans, you know what I mean? So as opposed to basketball players, it's just basketball fans. But when you talk about like Travis Scott, like, these are just like, this is America, you know what I mean? This is global.
And
So
his shit selling, him and Kanye. But I feel
mhm,
like Kyrie is like the Kanye of the NBA.
for
Like
sure.
he
Yeah,
speak his mind. Like,
yeah.
you feel me? He's like, you feel me? He
A
do
little
what's right for him.
misunderstood.
Yeah, he a little misunderstood, but he do what's right for him. So it's just like Nike. I feel like Nike would regret it in the end if they let go Kyrie, if they don't like, keep making his shoes, because he gonna go somewhere else, and they gonna follow Kyrie. I feel like his fans is very loyal, and they gonna follow him.
Y'all stocking. You think these kids? I mean, I don't know if kids are, but are
Oh,
kids?
hell
Are y'all
yeah.
stocking up on the Steph Curry 30s? Y'all
Oh,
stocking up on them Under Armour?
see, nah, that's what I'm saying. They ain't getting them.
Hey,
Well,
maybe in Palo
his
Alto,
kids are,
maybe in the
yeah.
Bay.
Yeah, he probably selling not where he at, but
The spiders,
I,
they ain't getting the spiders either. Like, and you probably wear some Yeezys to hoop in. I bet you would.
nah. I used to wear the Kyries, but I'm still waiting for a player to go to someone other than Nike and develop a shoe that people are comfortable wearing in the club, outside lifestyle, and on the court. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a player has
Yeah.
really developed a shoe like that cats felt comfortable with, probably since the Grant Hill Feelers back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think people was really rocking
that's that's
shoes
impressive.
Obviously,
I
we're not
don't
including
honestly,
Jordans, obviously.
but
But
I don't really think it's done with Nike though. You think it's done with
anymore.
Nike?
Yeah, that's a good
Not
point.
recently.
That's a
Yeah,
good
like
point.
not being able to play in and wear out. I mean,
Mm.
you
Bron,
got some old bronze, like,
I would say Bron said he did it. Bron told y'all he did it.
man, but ain't nobody really playing in
I
bronze.
ain't seen that. Nobody in my crew.
Ain't nobody playing
That's
in bronze.
I'm just saying what Bron said, man. That's what he
Nah,
told
Bron
me.
got some like his old throwback. Like, you could wear him with an outfit, but like, ain't nobody really playing in bronze these days. Not in the league.
Hey, Bron
Like, you
shoes
look at the
heavy.
league.
Yeah,
That's like
That's what
playing
I'm
in
saying.
Tim's.
Like,
yeah,
Bron shoes is really, I feel like, it's made just for Bron. Like, you look around the
yeah,
league, they either wearing, Paul George's, Kyrie's for sure,
yeah. Kobe's.
and Kobe's. Yeah, that's them really the three main ones. And
You
Giannis
got
shoes. Giannis
you
shoes, all
gotta be
right.
you
Yo,
gotta be
yo,
six
we
ten,
got to
two
talk
sixty to wear
about
Bron shit.
what a terrible job New Balance has done with Kawhi Leonard since they signed him. I mean, the
He's still
whole
with them?
You
bro.
don't
I,
like
I
it?
don't know. That's the problem. It's like, but
He's still with them.
even when he was with the finals, like, you didn't see no commercials, no nothing.
Yeah,
You know
no
what I mean?
ads, no nothing.
It's like,
Hey,
what are y'all doing? Like, I haven't even seen a shoe. I don't know what a shoe looks like.
Was that Arnold commercial and New Balance commercial, or was that just the finals commercial? The commercial they had with Arnold Schwarzenegger and you remember what I'm
I don't
talking
remember.
about?
with Kawhi, I think Paul George is
With
in that though. I don't think
he
that was
was
it
that wasn't New
wasn't
Balance, huh?
a New Balance. That because Paul George and
Oh,
Kawhi
okay.
was in it.
So that must have
So
been
I
like a
think
movie
that was just
promo.
I think that was a movie promo.
Yeah.
But New
Yeah,
Balance is
I don't know what they on.
yeah,
New
they
Balance ain't
just
got no heat. They ain't got no heat. Not even off the court shoes. They ain't got
off
no
the
heat.
court. Yeah, I wear
Off
I wear they stuff off the court, but on the court, I ain't never really tried, bro. Like, they come out with a new Kawhi colorway every 2 months, so it's like it's hard to stay updated. When you got Nike dropping a new colorway with a signature shoe every week, every other 2 weeks, so of course I feel like that's how Nike outdo guys too. Like, you gotta, we gonna drop a new colorway every 2 weeks to keep these motherfuckers on these people on people's mind. Other brands gonna drop every 2 months and shit. By the time the new colorway out, we done got 3 Nikes before we got the second shoe of a signature shoe colorway. So I don't know. New Balance is
Man.
off track. I ain't they drop one shoe every 3 months.
So what's gonna happen with this StockX and Nike situation? What's that gonna do? I mean, it's a little off topic, but
I
what's it gonna
think
do to
I
the
think
resale
stock.
market, all that?
I think it's gonna slow it down with stock X for sure. But I think
Mm.
people just gonna gravitate more to Flight Club, Goat, um, and I really think people just gonna gravitate more to going in stores, like going when they go to LA to go in Flight Club and stuff like that, just to really take a look at the shoe, because it's easy to have a picture online on one of these websites, and then you actually get the shoe, and the shoe ain't real. So it's definitely gonna be different for Stock X for sure. Nike might have killed Stock X, honestly. I think they're gonna go down big time in sales, but at the end of the day, you just got to see how it play out.
Yeah, yeah, we gonna see. I guess we gonna
Cause
see. I
I
still
know a
be on
lot
StockX.
of
I hope the prices go down.
I love a lot of motherfuckers shop on Stock X. So
Yeah,
and it's like the thing though, when shit sell out, usually these websites have it, so it's actually the best idea for these brands. But when you got the main brand that's a lot of your money come from Nike, and they come out and say your shit fake, I just feel like that shit gonna make a lot of heads be like, well, damn, like
shit.
this whole
I hope them.
time.
I hope them prices do go down, and I'm gonna be right there buying them fake joints. I don't give a damn. Proudly, man. Fuck what y'all talk about. Yo, we got paycheck rain check. It's the segment we do with Ant. So
Yeah, paycheck, rain check. Somebody's paycheck is going to take a rain check. Today is nobody in particular, but more so a situation where my paycheck probably would have been taking a rain check. But San Pablo Burgos is a team in Spain that just got relegated down to the second division by becoming the last place team in Spain. So for fans that don't know, in these domestic leagues overseas, if you finish in last place, that means you're going to drop down and go to the second division. So that's pretty much like the Orlando Magic going to the G League next year. But so the president of San Pablo Burgos, after losing the final game, he made all of the players take a knee in the middle of the floor, and he forced them to take a knee as a sign of respect and shame for dropping the team down to the second division. And yeah, my issue with this is like, you got grown men on this team, and for another grown man like to tell me to come and take a knee, taking a knee means something different to everybody. And I think that at least just, I just speak for myself and how I grew up in the United States. Like, ain't no man about to make me drop down to one knee. There are very few things that's going to make me drop down to a knee. So that is definitely a situation where my paycheck, he probably would have had to fine me, but I'm not dropping down to no
You
knee.
would have had to send me home. You ain't forcing me to get on a knee just because we
so
lost. Like, first of all, it's your fault. You ain't put the team in. You ain't get the right players to put the team in the position to win.
and, and you say that, and Sam Burgos, they had the best season in team history, one of the best seasons in team history the year prior, and they flipped the whole team. They let everybody
So that's
go,
his fault.
and then, so it's his fault. But I didn't see this. I saw this late, and he didn't. They take a knee every game anyway. So
Okay.
part of they
Oh,
chant,
okay.
like they do this thing. They do this thing where they salute the fans after every game by like banging on the floor and taking a knee.
Okay.
And I guess what happened was that the owner was still he was still out of pocket, I guess. Then he was still like demanding they do it now, and because he was obviously upset, he put his money in and they lost and all that. But like you said, I didn't even want to correct it, because if you gonna blow up a whole team and kind
Yeah,
of mess
we just had
everybody
our
else
best
money up,
year. Come
you
Yeah.
on,
gonna
man.
mess, and when you do that, you messing everybody else's career up. You know what I'm
First, that's
saying?
a
Like you,
bad GM. How we go from
that's
our
a
best year and you flip the whole team?
so
Yeah.
to be
You
honest,
supposed to build on that, add pieces that's gonna help win. You don't flip the whole team. Like, now we
right.
last. That's your fault.
But I
So he
think too
deserved
though,
all the
like
bad press.
under the prior context, I didn't know that was something that they did all the time. But under the prior context of, because I mean, you do have situations in Europe where the owners or
100%.
the GMs, they're gonna try and force you to do this or do that as a sign of whatever. But I think it just comes back to, and we talked about it on the podcast, it's just like the whole feeling of ownership, over the players, from the management, from the coaches, from the fans. Like, that's the part when I saw it without knowing all the details. Like, that's the part that bothered me. Like, at the end of the day, we're all men. Like, if we're just walking down the street and I just tell a stranger, even somebody I know, like, yo, drop down to one knee or whatever it is, like, I think that's wrong. And I think that management in Europe has been known to make players pay a price for losing games. I mean, players get fined for losing games. Like, you get fined 20% of your check. Like, you hear about this like consistently, and I don't think that's right. I mean, what was it, 2 years ago they made was it Fenerbahce? No. It was somebody. It was somebody in Athens. Panathinaikos. They lost to Fenerbahce, and the owner made them take the bus home. Like, I don't know, what was that, like 16, 18 hours or something like that. And a couple of the players was like, nah, I'm taking a flight, and he fined them for that. So, yeah, I just think that there's this sense of ownership and, the management in particular in some teams, man, they feel like, okay, you lose a game. I mean, you lose a game, they feel the right to, exercise their power. And I don't think that's right, man. That comes with the playing field. You're going to win, you're going to lose. If guys are giving an effort, then,
That's
it
all
just
that
is what
matters.
it is.
Do y'all so that yeah, Europe has situations where they out of pocket with that, whereas the NBA is the complete opposite right now. Whereas like the players have all this control, especially the LeBrons, Kyries of the world, all that, and you see these dudes exercising that power, like Ben Simmons, right? So how much power can the players exercise before they get out of hand, and maybe fans start to, because I mean, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, when you making $30 million, $40 million to play basketball, people are going to dehumanize you because they can't relate to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one can relate to that. They expect you to show up and play for our entertainment. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at what point is the NBA tipping the scales too far the other way, if at all?
I mean, I feel like if you get paid 20 to 30 million to play the game, any millions to play the game you love, then bro, you need to play. Like, I mean, the situation with Ben Simmons, and I don't really know too much about it, but you sat out the whole year. You didn't want to play for Philly, right? You finally get your chance. You finally get your chance and your wish to get traded. You get traded to Brooklyn, and then to come to find out when you get traded to Brooklyn that you got a problem. Like, bro, why didn't you take care of that problem while you was just sitting out? When you didn't want to play with Philly, you should have came in when you got traded into Brooklyn, like ready to play. Like, you feel me? Mind on the same mission everybody else mind on. Like, because realistically with them, that's a whole different series with the Celtics. That give KD a little time to rest. That give Kyrie a little time to rest. They got a whole nother. That's a whole nother piece. Like, that's a whole
Facts.
nother valuable piece. So it's just like, I feel like it shouldn't have. But this is me. Like, I'm not bashing them or nothing. But I
Right.
feel like you should have came in already ready, bro. Like, you've been off the whole year. You should have came in already ready. Like, you should have already been ready. By playoff times, you should have been. It should have had to be no problem. You should have been working out, working out. All right, I'm ready to play game one. Simple. Um, but you telling the fans, well, you telling the people they having speculations about you playing game four. Then come to game four, you don't play. Like, of course, motherfuckers gonna be mad. Like, motherfucker, we you feel me? We in this with y'all. We ain't playing. We ain't making the money y'all making.
We
But like, we
emotionally
in this
invested.
with y'all. Yeah, we invested with y'all too. Like, so I mean, I don't know. Players gotta. I feel like players in the NBA got a little too much control because it's like motherfuckers can sit when they want, not play when they want. It's motherfuckers in the league that don't be hurt, that don't be playing. Like, you feel me? Like, it ain't nothing wrong with
Yep.
you. You just not playing. Like,
Yep.
but a motherfucker paying you all these millions.
Yep.
So I feel like it's definitely totally different from over here because motherfucker, if you ain't heard of nothing over here, you playing. Like, you on there, you in there. You in there. Even when you hurt over here, I done seen some situations. Even when you hurt over here, they are forcing it to try to get you to play. Like, so I don't know, man. That's all I can really say about the situation because it's just like in the league, that's just how the league is. You don't have
Yeah.
owners like, oh, you do this or you do this now or you getting fined. That's not how the game works. They might come with a whole nother scenario to get rid of your ass, and now you ain't got no job, and bring in somebody else just because you didn't win this game in this series or you didn't win this series or you feel me. So it's different for everybody.
Yeah. What you think, Ant? Is there a reckoning coming? You think like that's kind of my fear. Like there's a reckoning coming for the players where it's almost like they gonna I don't know if they gonna mess up what they got, but like that
Nah.
like I enjoy like it's
Long
dope
as
to see
LeBron the leader, the NBA,
they straight.
NBA players are good because he's
Yeah,
that. You feel he that voice. He the voice. Like he the head man right now. He
yeah,
speaks it on the court and off the court. Like you feel me? And
yeah,
it's a good leader for the league because he's marketable. Like you feel me? And he got all the right tools to lead the right way.
yeah,
So as long as I feel like him and Steph, um, even KD in some aspects, I feel like most people don't really understand KD because KD just want to hoop. But
yeah,
in some aspects, those three, long as them three in charge right now, then they good. But after they leave, whenever they leave, it ain't gonna be too much longer. But whenever they leave, then you got to find that new voice. And right now, Ben was supposed to be the next LeBron, right? That's who was supposed to be like the next playing style, and he was probably supposed to be the next voice. Nah, that's thrown out the window. Nobody can trust
yeah,
Ben to be the voice for the league no more. So who gonna be that next voice?
yeah,
Yeah, I think they'll find a voice, and I think players gonna maintain control though because the NBA has found so much more revenue in giving players voices. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
started to find, and that's
yeah,
where Europe is behind. Is like they put all this marketing and attention on the teams, and it's like the NBA has completely changed everything. I mean, they've changed the salaries, they've changed the TV revenue because they got fans invested in these players. So you're gonna continue to give players that power because it's making everybody money, and that's what they
yeah,
in it for. So I don't see that changing.
yeah.
I
That's definitely their business to make the most money they can.
I think it's funny you say that too because it's like whenever KD lashes out or Kyrie says something, and people are always like, "Well, this is what you signed up for," or what I'm saying, that shut up and dribble stuff. Like, nah, that's not what they signed up for. Like the
It's
NBA
not,
landscape
bro.
has changed so much since they was kids and had this dream.
It's
Like,
really
couldn't
fucking not.
nobody couldn't nobody imagine social media being what it was even shit 10, 15 years ago.
And
So
it's at
this
an
is not
all
what they
time
signed
high.
up for.
It's at an all
Right.
time high. Motherfuckers get
Right.
on
So
there
it's
and
like
criticize you so much. It's at an all time high, and, and
like
and probably ain't never picked up a ball. And y'all expect these guys just to sit there and keep taking this shit? Like, come
and it's
on, bro.
like the only way to remove yourself from it is like become recluse and literally remove yourself from society. Like get off social media, get
Mm-hmm.
off, what I'm saying? Like it's only so long people gonna tell you not shit till you like, all right, bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
Fuck
So
you.
it's crazy. But listen, man, we gonna get you out of here real quick. We just got a couple questions left. We got from the fans on Twitter. Just a couple mailbag questions. So one of the questions you got was, well, you kind of answered it already. So we're gonna skip that one. Is what's the biggest difference between the NBA and Europe? So the other one is who's the toughest player you had to guard that is not in the NBA?
Toughest player I had to guard that is not in the NBA this year. Um, I would probably say Will Clyburn. Um, can shoot it, can drive it, got a package, got a bag. And that was my first game. That was my first game in EuroLeague. My very first game in EuroLeague, I played against him, and he had lit my ass up for like two threes back to back, or like a jab three, and just like I closed out, and he just caught it and shot, it, and I was like, all right, this motherfucker, like, so he had like a quick 15, 16 points. In his time, he came off the bench too, so just playing against him for the first time, I'm like, all right, like, this motherfucker can play. And I wish we had would have played him the second time, but all that shit that happened with Russia and all that stuff, so we couldn't play. But my first time in EuroLeague, I played against him, and he was very efficient. He knows his spots. He could play. It was a tough cover. Like he could do it. It's like almost in the six. He could do everything I can do. I don't think he like as I think I'm a little quicker, but this motherfucker can do everything I can do. Shoot the ball, drive the ball. So you just got to be cautious when you playing against especially somebody somebody over here that's like that, because not many people is like that over here. So
That's for EuroLeague. I think, like you said, got to step up. Like I'm promoting the hell out of that matchup. That's an NBA matchup you got on the
yeah,
EuroLeague stage. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm
was,
saying? Like,
and that was just. I feel like that's what I'm saying. I wish we would have played the second game, because I feel like it would have been, more. I was much more comfortable in my role by that
yeah,
time. He was already, in his role. And I feel like it would have been even better. For the first time, like it was good, but I feel like the matchup, the second time would have been much better, much more anticipated, and much more like everybody would have been much more involved in it once we played that
yeah.
second time.
If I'm EuroLeague, I'm making stuff up on Twitter like y'all got bad blood and shit just to add some drama in there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
EuroLeague ain't
So,
got to that point yet. Posting the matchups and shit, they ain't got to that point yet. That's
man,
they marketing skills got to get better.
yeah,
For
no,
y'all to be
definitely,
for this
definitely.
to be the second best league in the world, they marketing skills gotta they gotta take it up a notch to compete with the NBA, because it's like the NBA does a great job at posting matchups or making matchups,
Yeah,
the highlight of a game. Like,
yeah,
yeah, we just seen it with the Luka and Devin Booker. Like, a few give me the ball moments and that and that. Not
yeah.
it's the most anticipated matchup. You feel me? So it's just like
For years to come
as
too.
EuroLeague, we got to do more. They got to do more of that, because that's what I feel like will take everything up a notch. Like the
Yeah,
competitiveness, the award races and all that. It'll just be better.
that's man, I got another question, but we gonna close it up, man. But so we gonna talk offline about that one. But they've gotten a lot better since since me and Ant came over to
Oh
Europe
yeah,
for sure.
I'm
Like
probably
it's
sure.
yeah, but man, listen, we appreciate you coming on, man. That was fun. Enjoyed it. For everybody listening, it's available on Eurohoops.net, Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts as well. And of course, presented by Swish Cultures, the one and only. And again, Dwayne, we appreciate you coming on, man. Keeping it real with us.
Yes, sir.
Love.
Appreciate y'all.